for a lot of viewers who are kind of new to crypto and don't really know what to think about stablecoins, don't really know what to think about wrapped assets like wrapped treasuries, stablecoins are great because they help keep value on chain where it needs to be. Wrapped treasuries and RWA items that are used for collateral, great. They allow people to keep things on chain, just to keep everything away from the fiat world. That's critically important. They say, well, how does that affect me? I don't know what to buy after Bitcoin. All of those things have to settle on a blockchain. They're not their own blockchains. They might settle on Ethereum or another blockchain, but they're going to need one. So when everyday investors are thinking, how can they expand their crypto knowledge outside of Bitcoin? Think of all the things that we're talking about. Most of them are going to have to settle, be executed and cleared onto a blockchain. Which blockchain those are going to be among the winners. So just a little bit to spread, to spread the knowledge. We're trying to get people past Bitcoin, which basically just moves from one address to another, into the future of finance. And all of the stuff that we're talking about here is going to have to participate.
Keep building. Curious, because you just mentioned blockchain, and in fact, Elon Musk has said that as part of Doge and trying to make government more efficient, he would like to introduce blockchain to give us a sense for where all the money's going. What might that look like if we saw blockchain somehow being used by the government?
And this is not a new conversation. We've known for many, many years that blockchains can be an infrastructure to create radical transparency, not only within our financial system to address things like systemic risk and illicit finance, but it can also be used to make our government more efficient and more transparent and more accountable to the American people. You can track and trace exactly where assets are going. We've just seen over the past couple of days, as we've got new leadership coming to town, we're learning all sorts of things about where taxpayers' money is going to completely inappropriate places. With a blockchain, you can track where those funds go and verify with 100% accuracy that funds are going to their intended purpose. So the Doge absolutely should be looking to leverage this technology to make the government more transparent and more accountable and ensure that taxpayer funds are used in the correct way.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're going to get more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And then also, of course, in the first quarter of 2025, we always get a correction. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten, and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto just slightly pulling back. We know we have futures contracts ending today. Right now, we have the stock market up. And like I told you on Monday, it wouldn't be as bad on Friday since we had that big pullback. Remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And we have Trump's World Liberty Fi. Just keep buying up those utility tokens. And remember, DeFi is definitely the new banking. And we have MicroStrategy upsizes preferred stock offering, raises $563 million for more Bitcoin. And remember, the NWO has their hands all over MicroStrategy. Don't forget how Michael Saylor became the spokesperson for Bitcoin. I've done plenty of videos on it. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now moving up. And like I told you, once Jerome leaves, we're going to slowly see yield rates creep back up. Right now, we have the dollar up. We have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Circle mints another 250 million in USDC on Solana. And then we also have Tether integrates USDT into Bitcoin Lightning Network. And we know Bitcoin Lightning is a network that works behind the scenes. You know how many videos I used to do when I first started about Bitcoin Lightning? And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then we have the Fed repo at 125 billion yesterday. Make sure you're pulling on a daily basis during the week. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates high for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution. And what does Trump do? 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico. And we haven't seen any new tariffs on China. But don't forget, guys, China is going to take over Taiwan. And who makes all the chips? Taiwan. Remember, this was planned back in the 80s. You're talking over 40 years ago. And the people who planned it, most of them are not even here any longer. And the mainstream media doesn't tell us any type of truth. So only way you're going to get truth if you love to read and you love history. And that's the reason why I created this channel. And when Trump talks about tariffs, he gives you a history lesson, but he doesn't tell you why they're coming back. But when I heard tariffs, I told y'all why they were doing it. Because if you're bringing in the machines to take over the work, that means you're not going to get the taxes from the people that you normally get. So what do? You bring on tariffs. Remember, 1913 is when the Federal Reserve started. And that's the reason why tariffs disappeared. Federal income tax came back. Now that they want the masses out of work and getting that free money, now they're going to bring on the tariffs. But due to productivity, they're not going to lose out because these machines don't call out sick. They don't complain. And they work 24/7. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have Elon says cutting an average of $4 billion a day in U.S. spending will result in no inflation in 2026. And guys, we know that's a whole lot of jobs. But the corporations have the fix. The robots, algorithms, and drones. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs right now are up. Now we have the New York Stock Exchange ARCA moves to convert Grayscale's XRP trust as firm push for SEC sign-off. And every time we turn around, we're getting more and more ETFs. And if you don't understand why, Larry Fink stated these ETFs are the gateway to tokenization. That's why he talks about tokenizing these stocks and bonds. Also, Grayscale rolls out a new Deutsche Trust, and we know these trusts have been turned over into ETFs. Now, we have Coinbase Derivatives has applied to list new futures contracts for Solana and HBAR tokens, which will launch February 18th or later. But guys, we know with futures, they're just betting on the price. And we have the SEC has approved Bitwise Bitcoin ETF and Ethereum ETF. Now we have CME Group to introduce options on Bitcoin Friday futures, which are priced at 1/50th of a Bitcoin set for February 24th, if approved. And we're getting a mixture of the spot products and the futures products, just like the stock market. So the casino is wide open. So that means they can make money whether it goes up or down. And that's the reason why this algorithm is undefeated. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have BlackRock-backed Securities is partnering with Apollo to launch the Apollo Diversified Credit Securitized Fund. Also, don't forget Securities has recently announced a partnership with Solana, which will help bring tokenized real-world assets to both networks. And again, everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. And who first told us that? That's right, Ray Kurzweil. Now we have banking giant UBS taps ZK Sync to test its Key 4 Gold program and scale the project. And of course, ZK Sync is a layer 2 on Ethereum. And when you look at the Ethereum's ecosystem, you can see the NWO fingerprints all over. And again, DeFi is definitely the new banking. And we have Sam Bankman-Fried parents are attempting to seek a pardon for their son from President Trump. And guys, we know it's definitely going to happen because he's a big piece of the fourth industrial revolution. Never forget what the bank man was working on. This $100 trillion derivatives market on blockchain being ran by algorithm without a human involved. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, we have Kraken is relaunching staking feature for U.S. customers on 17 blockchains, including Solana and Ethereum. Now, I used to work for the bank, so I know for a fact staking is definitely a security. And with no regulation, there's definitely going to have some more issues. So if you are staking, I don't care what platform is on, make sure your assets are not on their platform. You're staking and those assets are in your possession. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Team save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Team goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.